Is Baker Mayfield a top 10 QB?
Yes, he is. And I may need a seat belt before this one's over to keep me in my seat. A lot of people have laughed at me about Baker Mayfield over the years. A lot of people have cursed at me about Baker Mayfield over the years. Maybe you guys are about to do just the same. But I first guessed it before that draft, the Sam Darnold draft, USC's own. I said Baker should go first in this draft. I don't know if anybody else, not many else, said he should go one, and Cleveland took him first. Sam went third. And I just said, no, Baker will be better than Sam Darnold, and I think he's at least proved that he's better than Sam Darnold in pro football. Okay?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
First year in Cleveland, he jumps in, gets thrown into the fire for an 0-16 team the year before, and a team that was 1-15 2 years before. So they're 1-31 in their last.
I was there.
You were there.
I was there.
Right.
I was there for both those years. I was there.
He gets thrown in, and he wins 7 games for that team. 7 games. That's extraordinary to me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then the coordinators start changing. He's now on his 10th coordinator in 8 years. But he does have that minute in LA. But he winds up in Tampa, and he finally finds a home. Mm-hmm. But he is replacing the GOAT, Thomas Edward Patrick Brady Jr. He's stepping in to the winged cleats of Tom Brady for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And what does he do? In back-to-back years, he leads them to division titles, and he makes Pro Bowls. And last year in Tampa, he put up his career numbers across the board. He threw 41 touchdown passes, which was second in the league to Joe Burrow's 43. That's pretty good.
Great.
Again, made another Pro Bowl. After last year, Pro Football Focus ranked him in the regular season, Baker Mayfield, 6th best quarterback in the league. Mm-hmm. So top 10? Yeah, top 10. And yet, I'm going to hark back to what his GM, Jason Light, said about Baker, with Baker sitting right next to him at the press conference. I'm going back 2 seasons ago when they re-signed Baker Mayfield. This is Jason Light saying publicly, he is a 10 on the prick scale. He's a 10 on the GM said this publicly with him sitting right at his elbow. He's a 10 on the prick scale. He's an offensive lineman in a quarterback's body. He has rallied this team. Mm-hmm. That's what he does. Yeah. He ignites because he competes. He will spit in your eye. He'll spit in your face. He'll do whatever it takes. He'll curse you out. He'll trash talk with anybody. He'll get in anybody's face. And a lot of people on other teams think he's a prick. But the guys who play with him love playing with this prick. That's all I know. He's not the most talented guy, but all I know, at the end of that game last week at Atlanta, this is a big tone setter for the year against your division rival at their place.
Yep.
With 59 seconds left, he hits the rookie from Ohio State on a deep post in the back of the end zone, hits him right in the hands. It was pretty.
Yep.
Boom. Game over. Thank you. It took a missed field goal, obviously, by the other guy to avoid overtime by Koo. But the point is, that's the Baker I know. That's the Baker I watched at Oklahoma. That's the Baker I watched at Texas Tech. I don't know what's not to love about him unless you just think he's a prick. I love it that he's a prick because he was a prick at Oklahoma, a school I grew up rooting for. So I hope he continues to be the biggest prick in pro football because he's a top 10 quarterback.
I tell you, I love Baker Mayfield too, right? For all the reasons that you said. You know, I love to play with a good prick. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Skip. Yeah. But I also love 10 other quarterbacks before I love Baker.
Okay.
And I can name you the 10. I'm going to go Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah.
I'm going to go Burrow. I'm going to go Lamar.
Okay.
I'm going to go Josh Allen. I'm going to go Jalen Hurts. That's 5. You would take them 5 before.
I would.
All right. So then we go Justin Herbert.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Justin Herbert over.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, yeah. But Skip.
All right, Justin Herbert. I'll say it's Justin Herbert. This is my next 5.
All right.
Jaden Daniels, Jordan Love, Jared Goff, Matthew Stafford. I'm taking them 5 over because all those guys have done the same thing. They got into bum programs, made them good. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. They all done the same thing. They probably got a good win percentage as well. So that's 10 guys right there. Then I got you 5 maybes. I might take C.J. Stroud over him. I might take A-Rod over him, how he looked on Sunday. I might take Bo Nix over him, how he played last year. I might take Dak over him.
I wouldn't.
And we know you wouldn't, Skip.
We know.
And I might take Purdy over him as well. Purdy just got in the league and been balling every year since he got in the league.
He has.
System quarterback or not. So that's 15 quarterbacks who I would take or might take over Baker. So I love Baker. I love what he brings to the table. I love his competitive edge, so to speak. But it's 15 guys who I take or may take.
For the record, I have Baker 10th on that list in place of Justin Herbert. And here's my point.
You're probably the only one in America right there.
No, I'm not. One game for my life, I'll take Baker at quarterback over Justin Herbert. One game for my life, I'll take him and I'll beat you. And you'll die.
I feel that.
You know?
I feel that, Skip. I got to take that. Both of them has been to the playoffs, right?
Yeah.
And both of them always fucking exit. So they're the same guy. So if you're the same guy, 6 feet, beer drinker, 6'5", prototype, give me the 6'5" prototype guy. Fuck it. You know what I'm saying? Y'all, if it's even, I'm going to take the guy who looked better, a little bit younger. I'm going to take him.
Okay, Baker played Jaden to the buzzer last year in the playoffs, and Jaden made a play. Okay?
And Jaden went to the NFC Chip.
Okay, I got it.
And Baker didn't. So
okay, well, I'm
taking Jaden.
Okay.
Like, I mean, that was Baker's 8th, 9th year. What year he on, Skip?
Yeah, I don't know.
Whatever he is, he is a seasoned vet.
10th. He's in
this
his
boy
10th
is
year.
a rookie.
Because he's had 8. No, he's had 10. I'm sorry, this is
drafted
8th year.
in
8th year.
Yeah, so
he's had 10 coordinators.
He on his first year.
Yeah.
He went to the NFC Chip. He beat him. Give me this guy. Like, what we talking about here?
He did win a playoff game at Detroit.
Justin Herbert won a playoff game too.
Yeah.
Let's ask the quarterback.
All right. Yeah, no, they were cooking. I was listening. I'm going to go with Skip on this one. I think he is a top 10 quarterback. Now, he's right at 10 for me, but that's still top 10 nonetheless. I agree with everything you said. I think that Baker Mayfield's the type of guy that you want in your locker room. He's the type of guy that you want to play for. And you know, he may say some things, and he may let his emotions get the best of him on the field, but it's not going to take away from the team. And he's not going to be a distraction. It's not going to take away from winning. He could care less about personal goals and personal accomplishments and stats. He wants to win football games. And I love the mentality that he takes playing that position. He plays the quarterback spot like a DB almost. He has that swagger to him. He has that underdog mentality to him. You know, shout out underdog.
Shout out.
But that's the type of guy I want. And kind of taking it further back, I mean, he was a 3-star quarterback out of high school.
He was.
He walks on to Texas Tech, balled out. Then he transfers to Oklahoma, balled out. Takes him to the college football playoff. Then he's the #1 pick in the draft that year. Unfortunately, it just happened to be the Cleveland Browns. And while we're on the topic, I feel a little bad about that, actually, because I was on those teams.
Contributed.
And I was the reason. Listen, I didn't start in 2017, so you can't put that on me, but I'll put my hand up. That's on me, Bake. But, you know, he goes there, goes to the playoffs in 2020, wins a playoff game against a division rival, the Steelers. They haven't done that shit in 26 years.
Yep.
You haven't won a playoff game in 26 years.
Yep.
And he wins you a playoff game. The next year they go 8-9. It's not like they went 3-14. They go 8-9 and they say, boom, not good enough. See ya. We're sending you to Carolina. And thank you for everything you did for our organization, but we're gonna kick you out of here. Goes to Carolina, plays 7 games, gets cut. People forget he didn't get traded from Carolina. He got cut. I don't know. You guys probably never been cut. I've been cut a good amount of times. That sucks. It's tough. I mean, you start doubting who you are. You walk in, the GM's like, hey, man, thanks for everything, but we don't want you. You're not good enough. Here's a gallon bag, trash bag. Go in there, get your shit, get out. Give me your iPad, thanks, hit the road. He gets picked up by the Rams. And it wasn't because they needed a starter. They picked him up because Stafford's hurt. They're 3-9. John Wofford's struggling. Bryce Perkins isn't a good backup. They just need a guy to get him through the year. And it felt like Mayfield was on his way out. I thought he was going to be out of the league, or a guy that's a journeyman quarterback, you know, like guys that are first rounders that are now career backups. I thought that's the way he's going. But he balls out on that Thursday night game. I don't think you understand. He was there for 2 days. It takes 2 months to even start to learn a playbook. He learned it in 2 days and led a 98-yard drive for a touchdown.
He did.
He went out there and won that game, and that revived his career. Goes to Tampa. And like you said, follows Tom Brady. That is tough to do. I was with Tom. The culture that he sets in a locker room, you've been with Tom, is wild. And for you to have to follow in those footsteps after he won a Super Bowl 2 years ago and still live up to those expectations is impressive. But he's done that. 8,500 passing yards, which is second in the NFL during that time. 73 total touchdowns, only behind Josh Allen and Lamar Jackson. And he's led them to the NFC South division title 2 years in a row. And they won a playoff game against Philly in 2023. People forget that. He won a playoff game that year. So The intangibles are great. When I look at it from a quarterback standpoint, solid arm, can athletic enough to make plays with his legs, accurate enough, 71% last year. Would like him to clean up some of those decision-making and turnover issues. But those things are great. But the reason he's top 10 for me is because what's with team of years. I really believe.
So who you taking him over out of that top 10?
I got my list right here. You want mine?
Yeah.
I got my top 10.
Taking him over.
So I'm going to go 1, Mahomes. 2, I got Allen. 3, I got Jackson. 4, Burrow. 5, Hurts. 6, Stafford. 7, Daniels. 8, Herbert. Despite how he played there today, I think Goff is still up there for what he's done in Detroit.
He better be.
Mayfield at 10.
So you don't have Jordan Love.
I think Love's right on that
Don't have
borderline.
Jaden Daniels.
No, Daniels is 7 for me.
So you got him in my top 10, same except for you got Jordan Love off and you got Mayfield in.
Yeah, and I think Jordan Love is 1.
Ask the chat what they think about that. Come the fuck on. He'll take Baker Mayfield over Jordan
Okay,
Love.
Make sure you
Jordan
listen to my
Love,
case
Baker
first
Mayfield.
that I just stated.
Wait a second.
in
Now
court.
you're using the chat for your.
I mean, hey, are we can go off
Back
with
me
the
up,
chat.
Back
Hey, Akeem's a fan
We trying to
favorite. too. I
impress
got-
the chat here. You know what I'm saying? That's all we can go off. Is what the
Akeem's a
chat-
fan favorite. I got no chance now.
You know what I'm saying? Chat, what y'all think?
No,
man?
but listen. Hey, listen to my case right there a little bit.
I hear the case, but go ahead, Gil.
I'm with them too.
Okay.
The only reason.
Oh.
No, yeah, I'm with you guys. I mean, he was. I'm erasing the first 6 years.
No, you can't.
Oh no, you got it. Oh, wait. I'm gonna get to that.
Fair. That's fair.
So
I
since
erased
he's
those
been
years
to
from my
Tampa
life.
Bay, has he been a top 10 quarterback? Yes.
Yes.
Last year in MVP votes, he was 11, and there was only 9 quarterbacks in front of him, right? Which ranks him right there. Now, the reason you should erase the curse is because that's what it is. It's a curse, right? The Cleveland curse.
Browns curse.
Right? The Cleveland black and white TV destroyers. They haven't had a great offensive player since Automatic Odo. Right? Odo Graham was the last, and he wasn't even drafted by them. That's the funny part. He was the last great offensive player that they had. Decent. Compared to what we're talking about. We're talking about
Not
legendary.
Coach
So that means for 70 years, they've been allergic to developing players.
True.
Right? That's what we're talking about here. We're talking about when you're trying to develop something and you see something. It hasn't been since the AAFC team that was beating on the New York Yankees football team that got moved up after our Rams was in Cleveland Rams that came over to be the LA Rams. And then the AFC team came up and became the Cleveland Browns. They haven't been good or relevant in developing players since Skip was 4. Right? That's
a long
you know what I mean? So that's
a long
how
time ago.
far you fell off from developing anything. That is crazy. They shouldn't even be allowed to draft no offense. Just say, hey, Cleveland, we're going to auto draft for y'all because y'all have missed the boat ever since the black and white TV.
So we're going to judge Baker on only his Tampa days. He took over a roster that was the Ravens-like roster. This is an amazing offensive line, defensive line, secondary, linebackers, receiving core. Like the Tampa team that Tom gave to Baker, handed to Baker, that's a damn good team.
Wait,
Mahomes on that team, they win a chip.
It went
If you put
8-9.
Burrow-
It went 8-9 the year before.
But the roster is still fucking good. It's
But
not.
the defense was starting to really erode, man. They didn't have what it wasn't Ravens-like.
As far as on paper, Skip.
And they went 8-9 with Tom Brady, too.
That's what I mean, yeah.
No.
As far as on paper, though, Skip.
But the Cowboys went in there and beat them in a playoff game.
But no, you're making an
31-20.
argument.
I'm just saying they had a great team.
But you make the argument. You give them a great team, 4,000 yards,
But if you give
4,500 yards. That's what
If
the
you
other.
give Stafford, Love, Goff, Daniels, Hurts, Herbert, Allen, Lamar, Burrow, or Mahomes a great team, they're going to do the same
But
thing.
this is his first 2 years. He was in prison before.
What
He was in jail. It
what
was the
type of team
Cleveland
did Jared Goff inherit in St. Louis? A butt-ass team. What type of team did Jordan Love inherit? That's not a very good team. They fell off. While he was on the bench, they fell off, right? He got in the game, they came back up. What type of team did Burrow inherit? A trash team. He turned this team upside down.
Franchise. This is franchise.
Josh Allen, what type of team did he get from Buffalo? That was a butt team.
Okay, but I give you all those guys.
So all the rest of these guys have gotten butt teams and turned them up. He got a butt team, went to the playoffs one time, and they still was ass.
Listen, teams. We're talking about a franchise. The quarterback right now. Right?
Listen, I'll say it. One thing real quick on your note. You were cooking. Joe Thomas was another guy at left tackle. He's a Hall of Famer. No, but I'm saying I can't leave out. That was my left tackle. But
left tackle,
I don't think you understand. Yeah, not skill player.
Left tackle, okay.
But I'll say this. I know you're talking about those guys turnaround organizations. And look, this would be the whole show if I got into this, but I don't think you understand. And I was there, though, with what was going on inside the walls in Cleveland right before Baker got there. And in 2 years, he took them to the playoffs. They hadn't done that since 2002. They hadn't won a playoff game in 26 years, since 1994. I was 1 year old when they won a playoff game. He turned that organization around. The next year, he was 8-9. It's not like they fell off, but they said, nope, see ya, not good enough. We don't. And he didn't play great that year, but still, and he missed some time. But still, they were like, nope, I don't care about the trajectory that you're taking this team. We're done. You're out. If they let him develop there, as bad as Cleveland was, and the fact that he turned that organization around in 2 years, I was there for 0-16 and 1-15. I would have bet my life savings, my entire money from the NFL, that in 2 years, if you would have told me they would have made the playoffs, I would have said, hell no. Take it to underdog, put it on whatever the spread is, and pay that. But he turned it around. I know they got guys around him, but that kind of follows up to your point of saying these other guys inherited bad teams. They just didn't let Baker fully develop in Cleveland, although he took him to the playoffs in 2 years.
I get it. I'm not saying Baker is a bad quarterback. I know when Angela clip it, it's going to be a clip on Seems like I just fucking hate Baker Mayfield. Right? I don't hate Baker Mayfield. I think he's a pretty good quarterback. I love to play with him. But is he top 10? I can't put him top 10 because there's 10 guys I take before him. Yeah, he 11, 12, 13. He right in there. That's not a bad spot to be in. You know what I'm saying? Maybe 14, 15, 16, you know. But that's not a bad spot to be in. You middle of the pack. That's cool. That's solid.
Damn.
Middle of the pack? Damn. If you was a middle of the pack scorer in the NBA, is that bad?
If I played for the Clippers,
middle of the pack.
If I played for the Clippers my first 6 years.
Middle of the pack is like
that's pretty good.
That's what I'm saying. Points a game.
But that's what I'm saying. But you're judging me off my first year.
But what's middle of the pack? What's the middle of the pack score in the NBA?
A dub? 20?
A dub. So if I'm in the league and the niggas say, hey, you middle of the pack score, and I average a dub, I'm cool with that. I'll put my feet up.
But the problem is when I left the Clippers, I'm averaging 30 and 32, and then you're using this to put me in the middle and say, oh, you're averaging for your career 20.
But it's some after the Clippers, there's some other teams in there.
Just some Timberwolves. Some 10 days.
Some other teams in there now, you know what I'm saying? A 10-day contract here. A Timberwolves, a Panthers team. There's some other teams in there real quick. And then you got to a Lakers-type team who was souped the fuck up, and then you took off. Like, all right, like, bro.
You get paid for being the middle of the pack scorer in the NBA.
Exactly. Hey, like him middle of the pack, that's not.
He was almost out of. He was almost out of the NBA, right?
A lot.
Yeah, he was almost out of the NBA. He got cut from Carolina. Yeah, they got cut from Carolina, got picked up off waivers, and people thought the Rams did it too, just for a move to take him away from the Niners. There were rumors that, all right, we don't want him, he's out. And he turned it around.
Okay, so right now, just to show you how bad it was for the organization itself, he's ranked third of best quarterbacks in the history. Flacco's fourth. Third was almost out of the NFL. That's how bad this organization has been throughout history. So you can't judge him off of that. It's just straight.
I'll say
you know what I mean? So, but since he's left,
who was the first two? Do you remember? Was it Otto Graham and Brian Sipe? Or?
No, Waterfield.
Oh,
first champion.
Wow. You did your homework on it. I'm impressed.
Okay.
I know because I'm a Rams fan.
You've been up since 4 this morning.
No. I knew Waterfield.
You've been up since 4 this morning.
I'll say this.
Not because once I became a Rams fan, I had to dig deep.
You got to dig
and
deep.
then I realized where we came from.
Exactly.
Oh, shit, we came from Cleveland?
Oh, yeah.
I'll say this.
It was ass.
Cleveland.
I'm not going to, your point's still holding. I wouldn't say out of the league. Maybe it's just going to be a career backup.
Yeah.
Like the guys that are first round picks, doesn't work out at stop number 2. Now you bounce around year to year to year until you're out of the league by year 10.
Damn.
Yeah.
Inherit a great culture set by Tom Brady.
Yeah.
And
Now we see what he is. 40 and 45, second in the NBA. I mean, second in the
Let
NFL,
Justin
right?
Herbert.
Touchdown
Let Justin
start
Herbert
behind Josh
inherit that
Allen and
same
Lamar
team.
Jackson
In the last
in
2
those
years?
2 years.
Come on, man.
Come on, man.
Total touchdown.
Come on, man.
In the last 2 years, say it.
Hey,
Only behind Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson, total touchdowns. He got 73.
that's the last 2 years.
73.
Coach.
We are not judged on our last 2 years. We are judged on our full body of work.
Put me in, coach.
We are judged on our full body of
But
work.
if we're talking
And that's-
top 10 right now,
Put me in, coach.
that's what
no.
I'm counting towards it.
Put me in.
You put him at 10. You say you taking Baker over Jordan Love right now.
I love
That's bullshit.
Hey, and I love Jordan Love. I'm a huge fan. He's from my hometown. I've known Jordan forever. I trained
Yeah,
him in high
what's his
school.
QBR last? You like
I
QBR?
think that he's not quite
What was
the
Jordan
Baker
Love's
Mayfield yet.
QBR last? That shit was like 89 last week, bro.
He's a good player.
Crazy.
You know what? I'll take Baker over Jordan Love any Sunday, Monday, or
I would too right now.
I
I would
will.
too right now. I
just
love Jordan.
will.
I love
We
Jordan.
here,
No pun
Skip.
intended.
Hey,
We here for 2 weeks, Skip.
Okay.
God damn.
Listen, where he won me over was at Oklahoma before a game. TCU came out of the tunnel, and OU's already out there warming up.
Yeah.
And TCU dared to run across the back line of the end zone on Oklahoma's end that they're warming
Right.
up. They just ran across in a line. And Baker says, give me the ball, and he drills a TCU kid right in the head and knocks him down. Knocks him down. And I loved it because it was a pinpoint
That's
pass.
what
Nah,
it is.
real
It just,
shit.
hey, that's what
Them
you
the
say.
type of
Okay,
guys
I
I
want
wanna
that
play
guy.
with.
Yeah.
I want him.
I want him
Right.
too, but
I can't wait to hear this.
I know, Akeem, sorry,
Kenzie been
but you
sitting on
got
it.
humbled, and they actually went with Cody and Baker Mayfield. They said is a better
over
quarterback than
Jordan
Jordan
Love. Come on with
But you
that.
know by
Hey,
how much?
tripping.
5%. Only
That's a lot of percent.
55% went
Hey,
with Cody.
That's a lot of percent.
How many balls?
But you lost. You
Oh,
lost.
come
Give me
on.
that clip, please. Make sure I get that clip.
Y'all
Yeah.
tripping.
I beat Akeem today.
Y'all tripping, man.
Oh, man, that was a good one. Let's get into another quarterback, though, because the word generational talent is being thrown around.